What is going on, everybody? This is Bronco Juggalo, and it is Slashback Saturday. Actually, it's only Wednesday, but you'll see this on Saturday. Guys, I've been pedal to the metal lately with work and everything else, and I've been very busy. Family stuff, the holidays. Everybody in my family, with the exception of my youngest daughter, everybody in my family's birthdays are in December. So I've been really trying to hustle and get things ready. So I'm doing these videos when I can, as quick as I can. I hope you'll forgive me that if they aren't up to the way you want them to be. I hope you still enjoy them, and I hope you enjoy this review. Originally, I wanted to do a movie called Corpse Mania that I thought was a 2008 film, but it's not. It's actually a 1981 film, but it was re-released by the Shaw Brothers in 2008. So that's why I got a little confused, and I realized, I can't do this movie for this particular category, because this category is movies from the 2000s, from 2000 to 2009. Those are the films that we get to choose from. So I thought about, I really wanted to do The Collector, because I've been wanting to do that for a while. But then I was looking, and I just had a hankering to watch it, and I've done the first two on Slashback, so I'm going to do the third one. Today, guys, we're going to discuss Wishmaster 3, Beyond the Gates of Hell. Oh, what can I say about this movie? Well, let's just start with who directed it, things like that. Directed by a guy named Criss Angel, and no, it's not the same Criss Angel that does the magic shit. Starring A.J. Cook as Diana, and introducing John Novak taking over the role of the Djinn from Andrew, I can never say his last name right, Divanov. You know who I'm talking about. I love him, he's an awesome actor, but I just can never pronounce his last name. A co-ed who's working on an ancient Persian artifact accidentally releases a Djinn who wants to butcher his way to freedom. He has to get her to make 3 wishes so he and all his fellow Djinns can be basically released from the bounds of hell, or in between the dimensions between hell and heaven or something. She releases the Djinn. He starts picking off her friends. This one felt more like a slasher than any of the others. Now, I've had a few people argue that these movies aren't really slashers. I still say they are. They're supernatural slashers, where the Djinn uses people's wishes to kill them. So he is killing people. He's not using the traditional slasher weapons, but he is killing people. In this one, it felt even more like a traditional slasher, because Diana is our main character, and he's trying to get to her, and he can't get to her. So he tries to get through her friends to get to her, but he stalks each and every one of her friends to kill them, to try to tempt Diane to save them with wishes. Diane, who has been reading the lore and the things of, the Djinn and how they fought against God and the angels of heaven, she makes a wish that the Archangel Michael will come down and help her. Well, he does. He comes down to help, and he's about to infuse her body. Her boyfriend pushes her out of the way and gets himself infused, which probably fucks shit up for their situation, since she was the one that needed to do things. But it is what it is. Honestly, the whole Michael coming down part, I wasn't a big fan of. I'm going to get to that in my cons, but, in the UK, this movie is known as Wishmaster Devilstone. And then the working title of it was Wishmaster Sword of Justice, which, is a crappy title. And according to the director, Criss Angel, the Djinn that we get in this film is not the same Djinn from the first 2 movies. It's a different one. And I think he wanted to say that just to make sure that people knew why it was so different from Andrew Divanov's performance. The guy that plays the Djinn in this, he plays it very different. And the Djinn looks a lot different. And I couldn't quite put my finger on what I didn't like about his look. And I'm starting my cons here. It's the ears. The ears make him look weird. It makes him look like fucking yogurt from Spaceballs, or like a little fucking elf type creature or something. I don't know. It just makes him look really weird. Overall, the look is not terrible, but those ears were bothering the hell out of me. So honestly, I really don't like the look of this particular Jinn. Now, the guy that plays him, John Novak, does a pretty good job. He has a totally different voice, tone of voice that the other Jinn had. This Jinn was not as scary. It almost came off as kind of cartoony. And I had an issue with that. I really did. But like I said, John Novak does a good job. He tries to put this different kind of accent on it, and that's cool because it does show that it's a different Jinn. I felt that the film had some pacing issues. It would speed up and slow down, and then there was parts where I was just like, okay, come on, let's get this going, you know? But that happens a lot, especially with direct-to-video sequels. As I said earlier, I really didn't like that they changed some of the lore, you know, introducing the Archangel Michael and bringing that down. But the budget must not have been very great for this movie because they could have done it in such a more spectacular fashion and it would have been so much cooler. Where in this, it just inhabited the body of one of the other guys and they changed his voice a little bit. They introduced something called the Sword of Justice that could kill the Jinn, which completely takes away from the lore that's been established in the first two movies. I don't know if I liked those changes. According to the director, they didn't change it. They just wanted to add to it. But I don't really like that too much. I didn't really agree with it. Now, it might sound like I'm really dogging on this film that I didn't like the movie, but honestly, overall, I really like the movie. I've never had a problem with this film. I do enjoy it. Let me rephrase that. I have problems with this film, but overall, I've enjoyed the movie. I always have. So let's get to my pros. As I said earlier, this feels more like a traditional slasher. We have a more direct Jinn in this movie. In the first few movies, yeah, he killed people with their wishes, but this one felt like he was targeting somebody. He was going after them. He was killing the people around them to get to them. And that to me felt like, you know, a Michael Myers or a Jason kind of deal. And that to me made it feel like a traditional slasher. And I did really enjoy that. Blood and gore in this movie is done really well. There is actually not a ton of it. On the case it says it's the goriest one yet, and I did not agree with that. But it is, they do kind of go for the gross out thing, and that might be what they meant. There's a scene, and this is a minor spoiler, there's a scene where one of the characters dies because she wants to lose weight and she wishes to be thinner, even though she was hot as hell. I don't know what this chick was thinking. And she basically gives her liposuction through her mouth, and she starts throwing up her innards and throwing up, and you can see all the fat that's being thrown up out of it, and that's pretty gross. There is a really good scene where he cuts the face off of the professor to take his face, and that looks gooey and gross, and that's really awesome. It was a good, you know, gore scene there. There is not as much, in my opinion, though, as part 2. And even though this claims to be the goriest one, I didn't agree with that, but it is good. It's done very well. I did really enjoy the gore in the movie and the blood. Overall, I like that the kills, that's something I want to talk about. I really like the kills in this one. In this franchise, they come up with interesting ways to kill people. This one is no exception. There's a really awesome fire kill where this chick wishes for something to happen and she gets set on fire. The kill with the lipo, that was freaking cool, man, and it looked really good, and they did a really good job on it, where he made her thinner and then her body just started to shrivel and shrink. That was pretty dope. We have one kill, kind of basic, where the guy gets, once again, minor spoiler for the kills, he gets picked up and thrown into this ancient looking mass thing that impales him on the horns. We've seen that in a lot of movies, usually on some deer horns or something. But, you know, overall, guys, I do enjoy this movie. It's not as good as part 2 or part 1 especially, but I do have fun with the film. It's still entertaining. John Novak does a different performance, but he does a good performance, and he tries to make the role his own. And I appreciate that. I think it was a good job. It was a good call to not try to just copy what Andrew did. So, overall, guys, I like Wishmaster 3. Beyond the Gates of Hell. Still don't really understand that title. It doesn't really fit the movie, in my opinion, but whatever. It is from 2001, so it does qualify in our category today. Check out everybody else doing Slashback Saturday, and of course, check out Joe the Horror Man, the creator of Slashback Saturday. We've only got a couple weeks left, guys, for this year anyways. Here's hoping that Joe can come up with something for next year, because if not, I'm going to have to do it. Because I've really been enjoying this. Slashback Saturday has been one of my favorite things to do all year long, and I've had a blast doing it. I hope we do something more, because it's so much fun. By the way, guys, I only have 2 reviews left in my Star Wars reviews. By the way, oh, I forgot about this. Man, in those reviews, my Empire Strikes Back review and my Return of the Jedi review, I totally forgot to mention 2 awesome people, and I am so bugged at myself for this. I completely forgot to mention in Empire, Billy D. Williams. I didn't talk about him at all, and I meant to. And we were going on, me and Bill, and we were back and forth, and we were having a good time, and it just totally skipped my mind. And then in Return of the Jedi, I forgot to talk about Warwick Davis, which I really wanted to do because I love Warwick Davis. I loved his performance as Wicket. I did talk about the Ewoks, but I didn't talk about him in particular. He was just a little kid, 11 years old or so, and it was so much fun, so amazing. Anyways, yeah, I'm so sorry that I omitted those. I forgot about them. I really apologize for that. Anyways, though, guys, this is Slashback Saturday, so enjoy Slashback Saturday, and check out my Horror Mob. The Horror Mob is the best Patreon on Patreon, and you will get the coolest benefits. This is Bronco Juggalo saying peace.
Next slip, you heard I said some fucked up shit, I probably meant it. Sling Blade, Billy Bob Thornton, I'm demented. Saw your little Twitter comment, bitch, I'm not the one. Little salty bluebird, you just caught a pun. Not to mention, I'm coming for them one by one. You think I'm on a mission? Nah, I'm just having fun. See these salty bitches, they just need a hug.